Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We got 2 interviews today on December 28th, 2018. We got 2 interviews today that I think shed some light on the future of quote-unquote Souls-likes from software. One interview with Big Miyazaki himself, the head haunch, and then one interview I'll get to later on with Sony Japan Studios. So right off the bat, the Miyazaki interview. I've not seen a full translation of it yet. However, I've kind of translated some of it on my phone. This part is big. It has been translated already and put out there by the Western media. From Software is actively working on 2 games. That's a fact. All right. Now here's fact number 2. Miyazaki says that departing from multiplayer for Sekiro was just for Sekiro, and that they are going to continue making games with the multiplayer that they are known for. All right, those are 2 facts. Now you can reconcile those 2 facts how you like, okay? But I think the logical conclusion here is that From Software is working on at least 1 game that will have the multiplayer that we've come to expect. Probably working on 2 games that will have the multiplayer we've come to expect. Invasions and co-op and all that stuff. I know not everybody is like me and is like, like every day I'm on the fucking internet looking at news and rumors and shit like this. So it's anytime this pops up, I'm always excited. There's also a lot of like misinformation that gets passed around because these interviews take place in Japan. A lot of misinformation happens. For example, to this day, you'll still find people who don't think From Software is going to make a game like Souls ever again, because 3 years ago in an interview, Miyazaki said that Dark Souls 3 was the last Souls game. Now, since then, he has clarified that doesn't mean they're going to stop making this game. It's just not going to be called Dark Souls anymore. But like I said, not everybody's up to date. So basically, I just wanted to give you guys, like, I typically would not make a video like this. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not the person who can like throw videos and here's a screenshot and here's all the news and leaking, breaking information from Uranus. I'm not that person. But this was big enough that I wanted to do something, because fuck yes. Thank you. Confirmation. 2 games are in the works, and we can expect the multiplayer that we've come to know from Software games in future installments from Software. It's always difficult from Software. So that was interview number 1. It was with 4gamer.net, which is a Japanese website. Miyazaki gave a big long interview to, and there's plenty of interesting stuff in there. He talks a little, he talks a lot about Sekiro. He talks a lot about Deracine. Now, the actual quote is, again, this is not completely translated, but the actual quote is something along the lines of, 2 years ago when we talked to you, Miyazaki, you said you were working on 3 games. 1 year ago when we talked to you, you said you were working on 3.5 games. Where do we stand now? And Miyazaki says, all right, well, Sekiro is 1 game, and Deracine was half a game. That was 0.5 of a game. So we've still got 2 games we're working on right now. Can't talk about them, but, we'll give you news as we get further along. Now, what does that really mean? It means they're not going to hype their next game until Sekiro starts selling. Okay, every game gets a promotion. Everything you buy gets a promotional cycle. You don't want to compete with yourself. You're competing with enough people already. You don't want to compete with yourself. So they'll wait until Sekiro's promotional cycle is finished before they start announcing a new game. Me personally, this is speculation. If you've got Sekiro coming out in March of 2019, and you've got E3 coming out in, May or June of 2019, either way, that's plenty of time for Sekiro's promotional period to be over. So I speculate that we will probably see 1 new game announced by From Software at E3 in 2019. Now, I told myself I was going to keep this video under 10 minutes. I'm fucking trying. I really am trying, okay? Alright, part 2. Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan Studio. 4gamer.net. Same website. They get interviewed today. Same day, December 28th. Miyazaki gets interviewed. Japan Studio also gets interviewed. Japan Studio, for those of you who don't know, they made Bloodborne and Deracine with From Software. Now, the way I take it is they're sort of like developer / publisher. They're pretty, like, I guess they're like pretty hands-on. But let me get to it. Toriyama, who worked on Deracine and Bloodborne, says that, quote, in 2019, they will be preparing to reveal an unannounced title that is in development. So we can expect to see something from Japan Studio. Now, Japan Studio is going to make a game. It's going to be a PlayStation exclusive. So, sorry. Now, does that necessarily mean that From Software and Japan Studio are working on a game together? It doesn't necessarily mean that. And I'm speculating at this point. But man, that sure seems likely. To me, that sure seems likely. What I expect, and speculation, this is speculation. What I speculate we'll see is a From Software, Japan Studio, PlayStation exclusive, maybe a PlayStation 5 launch title. And I suspect, again, speculate, it will be a Souls-like, but I think it'll be done in the Unreal Engine. And the reason I suspect that is because of Miyazaki's statement that Deracine is 0.5 of a game, half of a game. A lot of times when developers make games like Deracine, or for those of you who remember the Silent Hill playtest during that shitstorm with Kojima and Konami, you know, Silent Hill under Kojima was not going to play like that playtest. But what that is, and what Deracine is it's an opportunity to teach your designers and your developers how to work in a new game engine. And Deracine is in the Unreal Engine, which From Software has not used. So Sony, Japan Studios, basically just paid From Software to learn Unreal Engine. And they let Miyazaki make a sort of vanity game, you know. Play as a fairy, you know. We don't expect you to do big numbers here, Miyazaki. Just put out the game you want to put out. And so, you know, he puts out Deracine. Something arty, you know, kind of out there, left of center. Interesting. And again, just speculation. If you don't like my speculation, chalk it. Throw it out the fucking window. Chuck it. I don't care. I'm just speculating. But I think that you can see my connections, my where I'm like trying to draw lines logically between all these facts and sort of, you know, put them together. But again, that part was just speculation. So here's the things we know for sure. Japan Studio is going to announce a game. We'll leave that alone. That's fact number 1. Fact number 2, and this is where you can start getting excited, no matter how you feel. From Software is going to be working on, is working on 2 new titles, and they're going to have multiplayer. Hooray! So, you know, you come to this channel, you like invasions and co-op and all that shit. We have some good news on the horizon, and I had to share that. That's how big of a deal it is to me. I'm so excited. Yeah, I told myself I was going to keep this video under 10 minutes, and I have achieved that. I'm just so excited to finally have the good news. But yeah, if you're interested, you know, keep a lookout. I'm sure you can find that interview will be translated, the one with Miyazaki, very shortly. And a lot of video game companies and magazines do these year-end reviews where they talk about what they're going to get up to. So, you know, there might be more news soon, hopefully. Until then, thanks for watching. Later, y'all.